Good morning. Welcome back to Tiki Rick Adventures. I'm Rick. Good to see you guys again. Happy New Year to each and every one of you out there. I hope your guys' New Year is off to a great start. I am super excited to be back at Disneyland. It was nice, actually. It was kind of refreshing to have a blackout period for the last 2 weeks. No pressure to come to Disneyland and all those crowds, though I did almost buy a ticket. I almost bought a ticket because I was really tempted to come up, but you know, I'm glad I took it off. You miss stuff a lot more and you appreciate it more when you take a break for a little bit. So it was a nice 2-week little break from the parks, and today we're back, and it's a rainy day. It is starting to clear up though. I think the rain is forecasted to be done for the day, surprisingly. I came all prepared. I brought my rain jacket. I even have rain pants and everything, so I was all prepared just in case. You never know what you're gonna get here. It rained pretty decently this morning. It looks like it's clearing up now. I can see some blue in the sky and the sun is trying to come out. So I think the rain will be done. So let's go get some food and let's have some Disneyland fun. I'm so glad to be back. So Disneyland celebrates the holidays until the 7th of January, actually, over a week after Christmas. 12 days after Christmas, they still celebrate. So it is pretty funny to have the holiday season still going. Lots of Christmas music still going. Pretty funny. It's like a glitch in the simulation, you know, but I'm here for it. I'm okay with it. So I figured I'd take one of the Main Street vehicles up the street. That way I don't have to walk in.
Rides up Main Street, free rides up to the castle, free rides center of the park. 2,000 handmade ornaments and approximately 75,000 lights.
All right, so that was a great way to start the morning. I'm still laughing. I got a big smile on my face. That was so fun. There's a lot of Steves that work here, but one of the Steves was driving the horseless carriage this morning, and he had the whole car busting up laughing. Plus, he gave some fun facts about the movie that it was used in and the age of it being the first motorized vehicle in Disneyland. 1956, that one started. There's even pictures of Walt in that one. I've always liked the Main Street vehicles, but that one specifically is my favorite. Plus, you get cover over it, unlike the fire truck. The fire truck doesn't have any covering, which is totally a bummer if it's sunny and hot. But yeah, that one's nice and shaded. Always a good time. But that just, he went above and beyond to make that magical for everybody. Lots of jokes, lots of dad jokes this morning, and it was really, really funny. He was absolutely hilarious. He had us laughing all the way from the train station down to the castle where we got dropped off. Very funny guy. It was really great way to start the day. This is exactly what I miss about Disneyland. These are the kind of things that I really appreciate, that cast members go above and beyond, and that was just such a good start to the day. And it reminds you of the magic that's here and how the people are just different. You know, they're truly cast members and they go above and beyond to make your day. That was really awesome. Highly recommend starting the day with one of the vehicles or one of the horses. You know, the horse-drawn streetcar, the horseless carriage. There's quite a few vehicles usually out in the morning, usually about 4 or 5 of them. So I'd highly recommend doing that. It's a great way to go down Main Street. He treated us like we were celebrities, like he was telling people, no autographs, or you may take photographs. And he was announcing to people on Main Street the whole way, and we got some bewildered looks. It was pretty funny, hilarious. All right, so I do have a mobile order for Royal Street Veranda placed. I'd like to get my coffee, and I want to try those Waffle Cristos. The price is a little bit high, but I've heard they're really good, and they look fantastic. So let's go pick those up. Thank you so much. All right, so I picked up my breakfast from Royal Street Veranda, and I will say right off the bat, it came out cold. I thought this was going to be a hot item, so I'm a little surprised. I think maybe they're just prepping a bunch of them at a time. They sit on the counter. So it is room temperature, though, but it's rosemary ham, turkey, and a Swiss waffle. That's what it says on the description. Now, like I said before, it is $10.99, which is a little steep for, I feel like you should get double the portion for that price. You can get one of these for $6.99, but it's just a quarter of a waffle. Very, very small portion. Not a lot of ham, not a lot of turkey in there, but there's no way this could be bad. I've heard good things about it. This is right up my alley, and I know I'm gonna love it. So I put the strawberry jam on there. I got syrup all over it. Let's give it a bite with everything all at once. That is phenomenal. That's killer. Like, seriously killer. The surprising thing is I really like the rosemary ham. The rosemary flavor is really prevalent in there. It's actually pretty heavy, and it gives it a really nice herbaceousness, a really nice earthiness to it. I really, really like that. I love sweet and savory. That's one of my favorite combinations. You know, I like sausage and syrup. I like ham and syrup. This is really good with the syrup. The strawberry jam is actually really nice with that too. Really, really good. Let me give it one more bite here. That is truly phenomenal. I really like that. 9 out of 10 from me. 9.5 out of 10. That's like a perfect breakfast food right there. It's not overly sweet at all. You can adjust the sweetness, obviously, by putting more or less jam or more or less syrup on it, depending on how you like it. I put a medium amount of syrup, and I think that's perfect. You get a lot of savoriness in there, which is really good. Like I said, the rosemary is really heavy, and it tastes really, really good with the waffle there. Really, really stellar. I really enjoy this. I think it would be a little better if it was a little less on the price point. And just so you know, Royal Street Veranda only serves breakfast till 10 a.m. So you can order this between 8 and 10 a.m. Once lunch starts, they do not sell this anymore. I'm surprised it's a breakfast only food. This could be an all-day food, but that's just what they're doing here. So get it early if you want it. And since this is just a small bite, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my coffee. And we'll go get a lunch soon too. I have a nice rainy day food coming up next. I already mobile ordered that, and we'll go pick that up next. The Swiss cheese was added on the outside of the waffle, like in the waffle maker, and it crisps and browns, and you get that super good caramelized cheese flavor. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That's just like chef's kiss. These heaters are nice and toasty. It's actually chilly today. It's a high of 58, which is unusual for us. Happy New Year to all of you guys. If you have New Year's resolutions, leave them in the comments below. I'd really like to read all of those. And I do reply to all my comments too. So if you leave a comment, I like that little connection I have with you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you that do comment. I really feel like we get to know each other a little bit over time, which is really fun. But if you have New Year's resolutions, let me know what they are this year. You know, they don't have to be anything extreme. Sometimes they can just be like mine. Mine this year are pretty easy, actually. My New Year's resolutions are to move more, to work out more, get back into yoga. I really have a passion for yoga, and I do want to start practicing that a lot more. The gym that I was going to, and I know gym yoga is not always the best, but I had a really good instructor, but the gym that I was going to shut down during the pandemic, so I've been trying to fill that hole still that's inside of me, and I've been doing yoga a lot more at home. I did the one at the Grand California Hotel, which was really fun, but I'd like to start doing yoga again regularly, at least once a week. I want to hike more this year and travel if I can too. I am going on the Disney cruise, which is going to be really awesome. I'm going on Disney Wonder in just over 2 months, but I'd like to try to do Yosemite this year, maybe something easy, you know, something affordable too. You know, I want to get back into the weight that I was back in July. I was a good, comfortable weight for myself. And I'm not trying to body shame or get into anything. You know, as long as you're comfortable with what you're at, I just feel better and I move around a lot easier when I'm a certain weight. So I just want to move more and exercise more. I'm eating a lot more nutrient-dense food. I gained about 30 pounds in the last couple months. I was doing a lot of stress eating, and that's not good. It can catch up to you really quick. I have a very slow metabolism, so when I eat just whatever I want, I kind of gain weight really, really quick, a lot quicker than the average person. So I do need to be mindful of that, just for my own sake, you know, just for my happiness. Looks aside, it doesn't even matter about what you see in the mirror. It's just how you feel on the inside. And I know for me personally, I feel a little bit better when I'm down a little bit. You know, you can feel it in your knees and your back when you're carrying extra weight on you. So I want to get back down to losing like about 30 pounds like I was at my weight before. And I'm on the right track. I started this before Christmas. I didn't wait for New Year's to do this. I've been walking a lot more. I've been hiking. I've been walking my dog a lot and just eating nutrient-dense food. And for me, what works really well is intermittent fasting. And like I said, looks aside, I just feel a lot better when I'm doing it. So I'm glad I'm doing that again. These will be my cheat days, but it has been 22 hours since I ate yesterday. So even on my cheat days, I'm still going to keep it roped in. I just need to have a little more control. Just not really a diet, but just make it more of a lifestyle choice. So yeah, let me know what your New Year's resolutions are. I'd really like to hear about them. There is some new Winnie the Pooh merchandise out, and it's really, really nice collection. Look at this Tigger one. I want to get it, but it's too thick. It's a very thick sweatshirt, so if you run cold, this would be good for you. Ooh, I like that a lot. It is $59.99 for that. There's these really nice Winnie the Pooh socks. These are Tigger socks. There's a lot of really nice stuff. I'll just show you guys some of it. Some of it, though. There's no price on this one, but it's nice. This hat is $29.99, Tigger hat. Nothing on the back. There's a new denim Pooh hat. This is $29.99 also. Really like the colors. I really like the old school vibes of these. There's socks like the Tigger ones, but these are Winnie the Pooh ones. Look at this little rotund body. Cute. There's a Piglet one for $59.99 also. And they have the purple Eeyore one. This one's my favorite. This one and the Tigger one are my favorite. $59.99 for that. I really want them, but they're too thick. I'm already warm in my Spirit jersey. Alright, so I got a great spot over here between Harbor Galley that way and the Secret Path over that way. The Secret Path is just the one that goes over Splash Mountain to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure coming up. It just goes over the ride and across the rivers of America right there. It's just, I call it the Secret Path because a lot of people don't notice that it's there. And it's kind of nice to, it's kind of tucked away back here. These tables are lesser used. There's nobody at any of these tables, partly due to them being wet. They haven't squeegeed these ones off yet. So most people are sitting over there in the main Harbor Galley dining area over there. I have a strategic advantage of wearing waterproof pants. I'm fortunate enough to have those. I'd really recommend those for rainy days at Disneyland. Get yourself some waterproof hiking boots or some waterproof shoes, or you can just Scotch guard your favorite tennis shoes too, and they should be able to hold up. You don't want wet socks if you're here on a rainy day. I love rainy days here, but you need to be prepared. Rainy days are honestly my favorite. Keeps some of the crowds away a little bit, not so much these days. It's usually always crowded here, but it does help with the crowds a little bit, and I love the rain. I just like the cooler weather. I already got too warm for my jacket, even though it's in the high 50s only, but I do have my Spirit jersey. I'll show you guys this one later. It sparkles so much. This is like my favorite Spirit jersey ever that I own now. It's just so chatoyant, and it sparkles and catches the light. Right now it doesn't really as much because I'm not in the light, but I'll show you in the sunlight because the back is awesome too. I don't know if you can see it, but it's super sparkly. But yeah, I'll show you guys later. So I got the clam chowder from Harbor Galley. One of my favorite foods at Disneyland. Always been one of my favorite foods, partly because of the nostalgia factor for me. I grew up in Monterey, and in Monterey there's a lot of clam chowder. If you've ever been there, you've probably eaten their clam chowder. You walk up and down the wharf and they hand out samples of them. We used to collect those samples as kids, and it'd kind of be like our lunch, you know, something to do. We'd walk up and down, we'd get saltwater taffy at the candy store there, and I like being at the wharf, and I spent a lot of time at the wharf growing up. And my grandma makes the best clam chowder, like the best clam chowder. So for me, it's really a personal thing. I really love clam chowder. I love this. This is the perfect rainy day food. And you get a huge portion of bread to accompany it. Get yourself some butter. Just ask for butter at the window because they have that refrigerated in the back there. And they'll grab you some butter chips too. But yeah, butter is good to have for the bread because you get plenty of bread for it. Like, it's a really filling meal. You don't get that much chowder, but you get a lot of bread. So I had these, look at these things. This is a napkin from the Grand Californian Hotel. I think this was from, I can't remember the exact location that I got this, but aren't those ridiculous? They're like beach towels. I had one of these extra in my backpack, and yeah, it's literally like a beach towel. You just carry that around. Oh, it was from the bathrooms by the pool at the Grand Californian Hotel. That's where I got that one. So I was able to dry off my table that way. You know, I get my table to myself over here. Sorry if there is a little bit of construction noise. It's the Mark Twain being worked on right here. It's kind of cool to watch though. I can see part of it being worked on. So I'm gonna put my salt and pepper on here. I love peppers. Anyone else a pepper freak like me? I know some people are. I've met others out there, but I like put an obscene amount of pepper on top of things. I just love it, especially on like eggs and stuff, you know? I think it's salty enough, so I don't really need salt. All right, let's give that a go. That is so good. It's very reminiscent for me of the Monterey clam chowder. Kind of the clam chowder my grandma made. My grandma's chowder is better. I can even make better homemade clam chowder than this at home, but this is really good. It's fantastic. It's got a really good amount of ingredients in it. Not too clammy, not too fishy. The one over at San Francisco, the new one with miso, is a lot more fishier than this. I don't know if they're using more clam stock or fish stock in it. This one just seems like it has just canned clams, potatoes, there's some bell peppers in there, maybe a little bit of carrot. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of carrot. Usually it's red bell pepper though, that gives it a little bit of color there. Really, really good. Totally fantastic. I'd absolutely recommend this. And yeah, this is a great place to sit, especially on rainy days, but even when it's not rainy, come over here and look for places to sit. And then I tried out the 6-pack of cookies. They're little cookies, but they're stout. They're pretty thick. Look at that. And I want to give these a try. Ooh, they come warm too. I really like when cookies are like underdone in the middle and it's still melty, the chocolate's still melty. Those are really good actually. I don't know, some people were saying they're just basic chocolate chip cookies. I think it depends how fresh they are. These ones taste very fresh. They did just open, so I'm sure these are just out of the oven. They're warm, they're delicious. I like how thick they are because they're really chewy. I like chewy cookies over crunchy cookies. These are really good. You get a 6-pack for $6.99. Totally recommend these. I'm gonna fold those up and save those for later. Look, they come in a nice little sack. They're kind of cute. But you can just fold those up and you can save them for later in your little parchment bag there. Very good. I really like how chocolatey they are. The ratio of chocolate to cookie dough is perfect for me. And you know, not everyone has different cookie preferences. I just prefer cookies that are like that. They do have a little bit of a fake taste, kind of like a Nestle Toll House taste, but I think for these, that's kind of good. That's pretty nostalgic for a lot of people, the Toll House cookies that come in the package. Not quite homemade, not as good as homemade cookies, but those are darn good. Really like those. Better than the cookies you get in the bakery case, actually. And those ones come cold, they're never warm. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my sourdough bread bowl with chowder in it, and I will see you guys shortly. $49.99. This is the new Starbucks tumbler for 2024. Ooh, I like that color gradient. That's really pretty. This crew neck is $54.99. They went with very vibrant highlighter-like colors. I kind of like the 2024 design. It's kind of cool. I like it. $29.99. There's this new hat. That's a nice hat. I actually really like that. I think this is my favorite thing of the collection. I'd get this. This is my other favorite thing, this water bottle. It is a metal water bottle too. It says Disneyland on one side, 2024 with Mick and Min on that side. Very cute, very simple. $29.99. They have a long sleeve t-shirt with Mickey. This one is $44.99. And it says Disneyland down the side of that one there. I think this is cute. 2024 mini. It's just a white t-shirt. $34.99. Nothing too fancy about it. One thing that's weird is why is the rose twice in these patterns? I like Beauty and the Beast, but it's just odd that they chose to do the rose twice. I don't know. I don't see the price, but I think these are $34.99. They have like confetti in them. These are pretty cool ears. I know they're not for everyone. I think they're kind of cute. Cute enough. Glitter confetti is inside of there. That's pretty cool. I like these Mickey soap dispensers. They shoot out in a Mickey shape, which is pretty cool. This is the 2024 edition of it. No price. I think they're $19.99 or $22.99 maybe. Here's the hoodie. It says 2024 starting on the sleeve and working its way across the chest there. It is a zip-up. Oh no, it's not a zip-up. It's just a pouched hoodie. Those strings look like zippers at first. They look like the line going down. Sorry, the lighting's not the best in here. That is $54.99. They have the wishing star now from Wish. It's a shoulder buddy. That's cute. He's adorable. I like him. If you want him on your shoulder to be your new best friend, he is here. Here's another option for 2024 ears. These are the light up version. These are very hard though. They would be uncomfortable to wear. Let me show you how they light up. I'm unsure about this one. I kind of like it. I like how it's light and it's breathable, so it'd be nice and comfortable to wear. This is the 2024 button-up. The lighting's really dark in here, but it's a lot more vibrant than it looks on camera. It's like highlighter colors. I like it. And that is $64.99 for that button-up shirt. $39.99, you can get this large wishing star plush. Oh, it is so soft. It's super squishy. It's really large, actually, too. It's pretty heavy. That is big for $39.99. Here's a teal 2024 zip-up jacket. That's nice. Very soft. It's soft on the outside and inside, and it says Disneyland Resort down there. That is $59.99. Everyone is applauding because they just had a proposal over here. Start the new year off the right way. That's cool to be proposed in front of the castle. Not something you see every day. It's kind of funny to see the Astro Orbiter completely gone right now. It's all gutted out, all the ride vehicles are taken off. They must be refurbishing each and every one of the cars, maybe doing some mechanical work too. It's pretty cool to see it that way though. It's weird, different. This is pretty cool. Each one of these is a different Astro Orbiter around the different parks of the world. Hong Kong Disneyland, their Orbitron opened September 12th, 2005. I love reading this kind of stuff, tidbits and factoids. Ooh, that must Disneyland Paris. I won't even try to pronounce that. Opened in '92. Ooh, Tokyo Disneyland. Oh, theirs is the Star Jets. How cool. '83. I gotta go to Tokyo Disneyland. That's on my dream list. Maybe 2025. That would be awesome. That and Aulani. Those are my two trips I want to really do. And they'll tell you a little bit about the history of each one, if they had name changes. It opened actually at the Magic Kingdom as Star Jets and then turned into the Astro Orbiter in '94 in the Magic Kingdom in Florida. I love this kind of stuff. It's really interesting to me. And of course they have the history of the Disneyland Astro Orbiter here. This particular one opened in 1998. I remember when I was a kid and it moved. But yeah, it used to be up above in the other part of Tomorrowland, above the building there. It opened in '56. Here's what it looked like 56 through 67 before it was above the building. That's pretty cool. You can see the submarine voyage in the background there. Well, it's funny that this picture says 56 because Matterhorn and Submarine Voyage didn't open until 59. So this picture is after 59, but the ride must have opened prior to the Matterhorn and the Submarine Voyage. And then in 67 through 98, it moved up above the People Mover. I remember when it was up there. I remember when I was a kid, it was all the way up there. And then it moved in 1998 down to its current location and in its current iteration. I'd highly recommend on a rainy day, get a good jacket. This is a nice breathable jacket by Columbia. I really like this one because it's got a hood up here too that folds into the neckline. So if you want to use the hood and protect yourself from the rain, you can whip that out. And if you don't need the hood, you can just Velcro it back into its spot in there. And that way you still have a collar to protect your neck from the wind. It's a good windbreaker, but it's also breathable and it's waterproof. So I highly recommend getting something like that. The other thing I recommend is waterproof pants. They're very cheap on Amazon, very comfortable. Look for a breathable pair. Type that in. Breathable, waterproof hiking pants. And you'll find a lot of different options on there. I think it's important to get a breathable one though, because you do not want to feel like you're wearing latex all day or a plastic bag around you. The ones that aren't breathable really make you sweat. These ones are really nice. They go over my boot cuffs so that no water can get in. And even though it's not raining, they're still good to have because I've been able to sit where other people are not able to sit. I even gave some napkins to a family because I didn't need my napkins so they could wipe down the bench. And they were appreciative of that. I've tried to do more small things in life. I've always been good about that. I always like helping people out when I can, opening doors for people, you know. I've always been that kind of guy. But I want to try to do more of that, just small deeds if I can, whenever I can this year. Even as much as a smile or just asking how someone's day is going, saying please and thank you goes a long ways. I've always tried to do that. So just more of that this year. I'm always good at that, but we can always try to become better versions of ourselves, you know, strive for that every day. And having the waterproof boots really help because then you can walk through puddles and really not worry about it. And these pants go over the cuff of my boot, so that way water won't get in. So that's really handy too. And they're zippable. If you have bigger boots, you can zip them on the sides there. It's just really nice. I definitely recommend getting waterproof hiking boots. They're not too expensive, and they're comfortable to wear around the park. But yeah, you can walk in puddles and not have to worry about your socks getting wet. And I want to meditate more. When I do that regularly, I always feel a lot better. You feel less frustrated with life. Life is a lot easier to navigate when you meditate regularly. I'll tell you that. When people cut you off, or they're driving like maniacs in traffic, or people step in front of you or run into you, you're a lot more patient. I've always been a decently patient person, but it really helps a lot to meditate. And number 2, gratitude. That's a big thing in my life. I've tried to do last year a lot more of gratitude lists, as simple as even just jotting down a few things that you're grateful for. Things can always be worse, so be grateful for what you have. You know, I know it's hard to do, it's easier said than done, but physically writing it down actually is proven to help your mindset. So I do like to try to be grateful. You could have a gratitude journal like some people do. You just write down a couple things that you're grateful for each day, or when you think about it, you know. And on top of the mindfulness and gratefulness, just be present. Try to be present as much as you can. I know that works for me really well. It really helps just to sit there and just take things in. I put my camera away and I just sat in front of the castle actually for 30 minutes, and a lot of joy, put a lot of joy in me and put a smile on my face, and just to watch families, and they're so excited to see the castle, and they see the horses go by, and families are getting their pictures taken. I saw a proposal that was really interesting, really cool. I'd encourage each of you just to be mindful and grateful, and to be present every once in a while. Remind yourself to not be thinking and overthinking things. You know, try to think about the current moment that you're in. You can physically feel your feet touching the ground or the wind on your face. As simple as that will bring you back into the moment. Even a deep breath will just bring you back into the moment. One thing you can do if you're watching this right now, just to be a little more present, just unclench your jaw and let your face relax a little bit, and release the tension in your shoulders. I guarantee you have some tension in your shoulders right now. But if you just release that, really helps you be a little more present. Feel the seat that you're sitting in or the spot that you're standing in, and just be aware of your surroundings, and you will be a lot more present, and you can enjoy life a little easier that way too. Just a couple little tips from Tiki Rick, from me to you guys. But yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking while I was sitting here, and there's definitely a lot to be grateful for. So 2024 is going to be a great year. I think years are pretty arbitrary. I think any time period of yours can be great. It's more of what you make of it, and it's more about your mindset. I know it's hard with today's current situation in the world to not have a negative mindset. It's always easier to be negative and complain about things, but just try as hard as you can to be positive. And sometimes just try to put your phone away. You know, don't always be scrolling 24/7. I know it's easy to take your mind off things by going onto social media, but it can be a little bit toxic too. Give your brain a rest. Give yourself a break from screen time every once in a while. Go on a hike, go out for a walk, you know, just move. Do something that makes you feel good. And that's the tip from me to you.
And now we want you to continue to step right in and live the magic. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I came to Kim's Test Kitchen to try the cold brew out here. I've heard this is really good, and I had a little sip. It is really good. I'm surprised. Not as sweet as I thought. This is the caramel, cinnamon, and spice cold brew. It's got a caramel, cinnamon, and spice coffee cold brew in it with a cardamom cream foam on top. And it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. I stirred it all up, and the weird thing is that it comes with cinnamon toast crunch on top. Now, I love cinnamon toast crunch, but it's kind of weird to be in the coffee. I'm not really into that. It kind of gets in and mixed with the ice, which makes it a little bit weird. But when you stir it all up, let me get another sip. It's It's almost got a bitter after finish, which is really nice. You can taste a little bit of the cardamom. The main thing I'm getting is the cinnamon though, and the caramel comes through heavy too. I really like caramel a lot, so I like this one. This is really good. I like the Witches of Westview cold brew better that was here. That was my favorite cold brew of all time, I think, at Disneyland. But this is really good. So I'm over at DCA. I'll hang out here for a little bit. I'm gonna head back to Disneyland pretty soon though. I'm gonna spend more time over there today. I also got a small order of tots on the side just to have a little snack. They do not have barbecue sauce though. Oh my gosh, that's blasphemy. That's a sin. I like barbecue and ranch with these the best, but you know, ketchup's good too. These are good though, nice seasoned tots. Well, thank you guys for joining me today on this adventure. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. And this is my second to last visit during the holiday season. I'll be back one more time on the very last day, January 7th, for the holidays to end. And I want to see Mostly Kosher, especially that day. It's their last chance to see them, and they put on a special show for their last performance. So I'd like to come back for that. And then the Christmas time, the holiday times, all that will be behind us until next year. But you know, the year flies by. It'll be back before we know it. I had so much fun today. I really did. And I'm so glad to be back in the parks again. Yes! This was an awesome day, though. Really fun day today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.